So we've got another chain rule example. In this example, I've got the function f of x equals, and then in parentheses, x plus 5 over x squared plus 2, and that's all raised to the second power. And so the way we've got to think of this is that what's inside here, okay, is this right here is the inside, and this exponent is the outside. And so we're going to say f prime of x equals, and understood to be in front of the parentheses is a 1. So I'm going to do 2 times 1, which equals 2, parentheses, and now I'm not going to change what's inside the parentheses, x plus 5 over x squared plus 2, and then I'll reduce the power by 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. But what I haven't accounted for is I haven't accounted for what is the derivative of the inside of the function. So now I'm going to multiply the derivative of the inside. So now I look at the inside and I say the inside is a fraction. Well, how do I find the derivative of a fraction? I've got to do the quotient rule. And so I'll say bottom, what's on bottom? And the bottom is x squared plus 2, right? So I'll say x squared plus 2, that's the bottom, times the derivative of the top, which is 1, minus the top, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 2x. So far I have the bottom times the derivative of the top, minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, and the quotient rule says all over the bottom squared, all over the bottom squared. And so let's review what we did. We multiplied the 2 times the 1 that was in front and got 2. We reduced the power by 1 and got 1. And then we looked and we said, okay, that's the outside. Now I need to find the derivative of the inside. So the inside is a fraction, so I had to use the quotient rule, bottom times the derivative of the top, minus the top times the derivative of the bottom, all over the bottom squared. So now what we want to do is we want to simplify this. So I'll say f prime of x equals, and let's go ahead and simplify this fraction here. So I've got 2 parentheses x plus 5 over x squared plus 2. So all I did was rewrite this, times x squared plus 2, and then I'm going to take this negative and this 2x and distribute them. So I'm going to distribute the negative here and here and the 2x here and there. And when I do that, I get negative 2x squared minus 10x, because 2x times x is 2x squared, but then when I distribute the negative, I get negative 2x squared. And 2x times 5 is 10x, and then the negative makes it a negative 10x. And that's all over x squared plus 2 squared. I'm still not done. I'm going to combine like terms on this top. And so I've got f prime of x equals 2 times x plus 5 over x squared plus 2 times, now x squared and negative 2x squared is just negative x squared, minus 10x plus 2 all over x squared plus 2 squared. So let's continue to simplify. Now, I know in my study of fractions that I can just take what's on top and multiply what's on top of the other fraction, and I can just multiply the bottom of the fractions times each other. And so I'm going to write f prime of x equals, now this 2 is understood to be over 1. So I'm going to multiply the 2 times the x plus 5 times the negative x squared minus 10x plus 2. And so I'm going to write 2 times x plus 5 times negative x squared minus 10x plus 2. And I'm going to put that all over x squared plus 2 times x squared plus 2 squared is x squared plus 2 cubed, because there's 3 of them. 1 here and 2 here makes 3. So now let's FOIL the top. Okay, I'm going to move this up so I can have a little more space. And so I've got, first, let's write this, the 2 here and here. So I'm just going to change this to 2x plus 10 instead of rewriting the whole problem. Okay, so now I'm taking the 2x plus 10 right here, and I'm going to distribute 2x to all 3, and I'm going to distribute the 10 to all 3. And so I've got f prime of x equals 2x times negative x squared is negative 2x cubed. 2x times negative 10x is negative 20x squared. 2x times 2 is plus 4x. And now I'm going to do 10 times all 3 of these. So I've got negative 10x squared minus 100x plus 20, and that's all over the bottom. Oops. The bottom should be x squared plus 2 cubed. So let's move this up and let's combine all like terms on top, and we'll be done. And so as you look at the top, you say f prime of x equals, and let's find all the terms that are cubed. Well, this would be the only one. So I'm going to write negative 2x cubed. Let's find all our terms that are squared. I've got a squared here, and I've got a squared here. Negative 20x squared and negative 10x squared is negative 30x squared. And then I do 4x minus 100x gives me negative 96x. And then the 20 doesn't have a like term, so I'm just going to go plus 20. And that is all over x squared plus 2 cubed. And so here's my derivative right here.